Hello everybody. I wanted to introduce you to my lovely little pussycat called Flora. And I love Flora very much and we're great friends. She's not going to stay in my arms very much because I've woken her up and she's not very pleased with me. But one of these paws, this one here, she came in the other week, last week, and she was limping on this one because it was hurting her. So I'm going to say goodbye, Flora. Say bye-bye. No, she looks cross, doesn't she? I'm going to put her down now. There you are. Off you go. She came in with a paw and she couldn't put it down. And she loves to go out in the garden. But we tried to keep her in for as long as we could so that she didn't climb over the fence and then leap down on the other side and hurt her paw even more. And so we kept her in and she kept coming and snuggling up to me on my lap in the evenings, and she would turn round and round and round and round until she could get her paw in a place where it was comfortable, and then she slept. And she slept and slept over a few days, real long sleeping, not just like the afternoon sleep I've disturbed her from now. And of course, healing is, there's great healing in being able to sleep. So she's better now. But she's a great friend to me. When she follows me around wherever I am, there she is, unless she's sleeping, of course. Now, I wonder with that introduction, and if you were to look at the word above my head here, I'm wondering whether you can guess the topic for today's assembly. And if you can't read that word, it says friends. And that's what I want us to think about today. It's good to have friends, isn't it? So sad and lonely. How sad and lonely life would be without them, in fact. I want you to think about one special human friend that you have. I know I'm sure lots of you got friends with your pets, but I want you to think of a human friend. Maybe that friend is with you in the classroom right now, and if so, don't wave over to them or smile or cause a fuss. Just, if it helps, close your eyes and think about them. I'm thinking about one of my friends right now. And actually, you know her because it's Estelle, or Mrs. Woodcock, some of you know her as. And she did assembly 2 weeks ago. And you know her very well. We've been friends for years and years and years. And I think a lot of you will know who I mean. Now, I don't know about you, but Estelle is a kind of a friend to me, in a very one particular special way. So what I want you to think about now is, I want you to think about why your friend that you're thinking about is so special. Are they kind? Are they faithful? Are they always with you? Here's a word. Are they reliable? That means, are they always there for you? Do they say they're going to do something and they do it? And that's what reliable means. Do they enjoy the same sorts of things as you do? Do you laugh together? Do you have fun together? Do you play together? Do you work together? Are you even allowed to work together? I should imagine some teachers saying, no, you two can't work together, you distract each other. Do they make you happy? I wonder. Now, this term, we're thinking specifically about coping with change. And since just before Easter, all of us have had to learn to cope without seeing our friends at all during that long lockdown. It was very hard. And I'm sure, if you're anything like me, you're really happy to be back in school. I'm happy to get back into church now because we can be with our friends once again. Now, one of the things I love almost best of all about my friend Estelle is the way she cares for me. And even during those long lockdown days, she contacted me. I think we were in contact probably every single day. She would phone me, she would WhatsApp me. We were always Zooming together, and We even prayed together. That wasn't strange to us, but that might be odd to you. And as soon as we were able, she rang me up. I can remember the day she rang me up and she said, oh, let's go for a walk. We're able to meet outside. And so we met up, and she's got some lovely woods very near to where she lives. And we met up and we had a long, long walk, and we had a long, long chat. And for those of you who know Estelle and me very well, you'll know that's not a difficult thing for us to do. We're like this. We never stop. Now, in the Christian Bible, there are loads of stories about friends. And I was hard put to choose one. And then I thought, no, what's the one I like that seems to have the most caring in it? And I'm going to tell it to you now. You probably know it. It was actually about 5 friends, not just 2, 5 friends. And one of the friends became really, really sick. So sick that he couldn't walk. His legs stopped working and his arms stopped working. And he gradually had to stay on his bed all day long. Couldn't ever go out. One day his 4 friends turned up and so excited and saying, guess what? Jesus has come to town and he's in a house the other side of the town, and we're going to take you to him so that you can see him, and we hope he will heal you. And each of the 4 friends took one of the corners of his bed, his mattress. It wasn't like your great big thick mattresses. It was like a roll-up bed. And they carried him ever so gently as they could right across town. And when they got to the house where Jesus was teaching and telling his stories and hopefully healing, they couldn't get in. It was absolutely jam-packed right up to the ceiling. And so they remembered that there were stairs on the houses. The houses at that time when they were built, and it was a very hot land, had the staircase outside of the house, not inside. And then the families would go up onto the flat roof at the top of the house when at the hottest part of the day and catch any breezes they could. Well, they remembered that. So very, very gently, they took their friend still on his mattress all the way up the steps, and they got to the flat roof on the top. And then, otherwise your dads would be very happy to hear this bit of the story. They actually started to open up a hole in the roof. And when it was big enough, they gently lowered their friend through the hole in the roof and had him gently on the ground, right in front of Jesus's feet. You can imagine Jesus looking down and then looking up at the 4 friends, looking through the hole in the ceiling. And I think Jesus would have been really pleased with the friends, because they showed they cared and loved for their friends so much. And I think Jesus would have thought, well, they've got enough faith in me that I'm going to heal him. And so he looked down at the man and he said, I'm going to forgive you for everything you've ever done, and I want you to get up and pick up your bed and walk. And to the astonishment of everyone in the house and the total delight of the 4 friends still on the roof, that's exactly what happened. He got up and he picked up his bed and he zoomed out, walking and praising God and jumping for joy all the way home with his friends. Can you imagine how his life would have changed after that? Isn't that an amazing thing? I want us to think about that story just in the closing moments. Were they good friends? Were they caring friends? Think about your friends. What makes a good friend? Think about yourself. Are you a good friend? Is there someone you know who doesn't have a special friend? Could you be a friend to them? I'm going to pray. Dear God, we thank you for our friends, and for the happy times we share with them. Help us to be a good and caring friend to them. Teach us how to play fairly and to share. Help us to recognize when others are lonely and to be a caring friend to them. Thank you that you are our friend and will be with us always. Amen.